Well, on to some good news on the law and order front. A job very well done in Cleveland. Despite earlier concerns about the protests and all the unrest, the city set a very high bar for a safe political convention. Donald Trump praising Cleveland police and a unified Republican Party. Listen.
This was probably one of the most peaceful, one of the most beautiful, one of the most love-filled conventions in the history of conventions. And when they talk about unity, I want to tell you, that was unity. That was unity, right?
Here now, Detective Steve Loomis, president of the Cleveland Police Patrolmen's Association. Detective, congratulations, sir. That's high praise from everybody from Donald Trump to the folks on the ground. Our reporters on the ground just couldn't believe how well you handled all of these potentially volatile situations. What did you tell your officers to do before they went into the streets?
Talk to everybody like you're talking to your grandmother initially.
Huh.
That is it. If you talk to people and you forge a line of communication, the sky is the limit as to what you can accomplish. So that's the marching orders for me. You know,
wow.
The chief had a lot of marching orders himself, but the guys, I can't be prouder of the men and women at Cleveland Police Department. Chief Williams did a fantastic job.
Yeah.
Chief Ed Tomba. Chief Tomba was overall in charge of operations. He did a fantastic job. And the men and women from the state police and the other police agencies from across the country came here and are all struck at the response from the citizens, the response from protesters. And we did. We set the bar very, very high.
Well, you set the bar, and you've created, in a sense, a model for how to do it in other things, like the convention coming up, for example. One thing I noticed was the use of bicycles. You use these cops on bicycles to separate the two sides, which seemed like a very unintimidating way to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a great model. Our partners in Seattle, Washington came down and trained our guys up very quickly on the bicycles, and those guys have been riding those bikes only for a couple months, and you couldn't tell. They were absolutely essential. The horses were, you know, we had our Fort Worth came with their 10-gallon hats on, and people loved it, you know, and we loved it.
Detective, I got to get to the Democratic Convention, which of course is coming up on Monday. I'm just wondering, with what's happening in Munich, and again, we don't know exactly who's behind that, but there are terror concerns. Were you in touch with Homeland Security, and are the people in Philadelphia dealing with the Democratic Convention likely to be working in tandem with national security folks?
Absolutely. That effort, now I deal with the men and women in uniform, but there are, for every one guy in uniform you see, there's going to be 5 that you don't, working with Homeland Security and the intelligence agencies and counterintelligence, and those guys did a fantastic job, and they have a fantastic amount of resources, and there are eyes and ears, and they were able to, you know, point us in the right direction as to where we needed to go. So, yeah, they're going to be fine in Philadelphia.
Well, there's credit to be shared, but I got to say, you guys deserve all of the credit, and our hats off to you. And at a time when police don't get the respect they deserve, and sometimes even worse than disrespect, you guys are a shining example. Thank you for your service and what you did for the country.
Thank you very much, sir. I will pass it around to the guys.
Please do.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.